Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? All right, awesome. Yeah, there's a big delay on the stream, but basically tonight I'll be showcasing the new Kitbash set that my buddy Max Berman made. And instead of making like a traditional Gothic church, I thought it might be interesting to use the Gothic set to make one of these awesome Warhammer 40k spaceships. Because I've been a big, like a big Warhammer 40k guy for the longest time, and I always wanted to make one of these ships, but you know, it's really hard to make all these bits and pieces. So now finally with Max's set, I think I have a good start to get started. Oh, I don't have speakers, but I turned off my the sound of the stream, so it should be okay now. Thanks for the comment via Vex Central. All right, so yeah, let's just get started with modeling. So here is the set that Max gave me. It's not the complete set, but it's what I'm gonna use. And here's two pieces that I made myself prior to this stream. And let's just start with simple block out. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions about me, about my work, anything really. I'll be happy to answer anything about the KitBash set, of course. Right, so you can see my work on ArtStation. I'll post a link. Just a sec. It's kind of funny being all alone. All right, there's the link. So yeah, I've been working in the video games industry for 3 years now. Yeah, so my first project was Horizon Zero Dawn for the PlayStation 4. I was a junior on that. I was mainly responsible for props and building blocks. And then, so I got really lucky because my school had a good connection with them, so I could get an internship there quite easily. I mean, easier than most probably. And then yeah, after I finished school, I worked on a game called Star Citizen. So those guys saw my graduation project and saw my other work, and they really liked what I did. And so they invited me over to move to Manchester. I worked there for 1.5 years, after which I left the studio so I could move in with my girlfriend in Rome in Italy, where I live right now, and work as a freelancer. Worked on various really big projects. I've done like real-world product design, as in I designed a drone that's going to be flying for a bunch of clients, including the French special forces and the French firefighters, which is really nice. Then also I've been doing some interior design. I've designed a booth for some guys at Gamescom in Germany, and they really liked it, so I'll probably be designing some more stuff for them, as in real stuff. Yeah, and I've been working for games a lot. So I've worked with a company called Adam Hawk as a freelancer quite recently. And then I literally just a couple minutes ago I finished a gig with a company called Real Time UK. Really awesome people. They do like trailers and cinematics and that sort of thing. So yeah. Right now I'm just blocking out, so I'm going for full modularity. I use the grouping system in SketchUp, which is really powerful. It allows me to effectively mirror everything, but I can do a lot more with it than just mirroring. It basically, it's like an interactive instancing system that will let you instance in any angle, any orientation. This is not Moi, this is SketchUp. Yeah, that's okay. I know it looks kind of similar. It's a little faster, I think, though. But I might be wrong as well, because I haven't used Moi too much. You know, you're always faster with the program you're most comfortable with, the most used to. So right now I'm just making the main block out of our very big spaceship. I thought it might be nice for, especially since this is all recorded, to just start from zero, from scratch. It's auto-saving. I'll turn off the autosave for this because with the whole KitBash it's quite a big file. But yeah, I just start from scratch and then I just put in all the modularity and I work from there. I mean, it's the same thing that I've been using over and over. So if you have a look at my portfolio, for instance, this ship I made in the same way. So all these pieces here, you can see they're all sort of repeating. All of these are the same, all of these are the same. And this piece was done like 3 years ago. So, you know, as you can tell, like, I think modularity, you know, repetitiveness, I mean, that's what the whole Kitbash library is for as well. It just feels nice, it feels coherent. And it allows for great speed as well. Not just spaceships, but all sort of environments and interior stuff. So yeah, if we look at some other stuff, let's see, is it done? Yeah, it's done saving. Yeah, just to look at some other stuff that I did, for instance, like this one was done in the same way as well. It's just like a 3-point mirror, 6-point mirror, and then here at the top it's just a regular mirror, but it's all modular and it's really easy to make. So something like this would take me like 4 days, 3 days. It's not that long really. Hey Chris, thanks for the question. So yeah, I do that, but I'm not gonna do that with this one, because I would only use that mainly for my product design workflow, and that is because for the product design, basically what you're after is really nice surfacing, and surfacing means that all the lines of all the surfaces connect in a nice flowing manner, and you don't see, you know, that it's just KitBash together basically. And although you know that's a good thing to have for products, it's not necessary for something on this scale. So instead, what I do. So instead, to maintain speed, I just leave it in SketchUp, and because Fusion 360 is a lot slower. Hey guys, hi Sava, doing fine man. Looking forward to meeting you again in Portugal next week. It's gonna be awesome. Hey bro, nice to see you too. Nice that you joined me. So yeah, as I said before, for the guys who just joined in, I'm just blocking out this ship that you see in the background. So SketchUp allows you to drag in images just like any other. So I've always wanted to make something like this, but I've never really been able to. But now with this Kitbash, that the Kitbashing stuff that Max Berman and his team have made, this sort of stuff is a lot easier to do, because it would take so much time just to, not only model it, but just to come up with all the shapes and the right ratios and stuff. But yeah, everything starts out really simple, and then you just layer on the detail. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, hit me up. Anything about freelancing, working for AAA games companies. Yeah, boy, it's gonna be a flying cathedral. Oh no, actually, they gave me a building set. This is the Fietstasfabrik. They gave me a building set to choose, like I could choose like which architectural style I wanted, and then I just had to do something cool with it. Oh, it's auto-saving again. I forgot to turn that off. Yeah, so just for this, for the promotion of this Kitbash stuff, well, because I mean, Gothic really suits the Warhammer 40k stuff, I thought it might be cool to get the Gothic style in, but do something completely different with it that people hadn't seen before. So yeah, nobody really commissioned me. This is personal stuff. But it's just to show my own workflow and also show off the Kitbash a little bit. All right, let's go into the settings to turn off the autosave. Yeah, it's autosaving every 5 minutes. No wonder. Every 30 minutes is fine. All right. Let's see. Did you Game Boy question? How did you get into freelancing for AAA? And it's all from homework, or did you eventually went to their studios? Yeah. So I got into freelancing for AAA because I was already working for AAA, I suppose. So the level of quality that I could show, and also the level of support that I could show, it's not just about work, but it's also about, being able to change stuff on the fly and that sort of thing. Was already up to a AAA quality, so some companies took a leap of faith with me, because that's always the way it goes when you as a company take on a new client, or a new artist. And yeah, I mean, all the clients thus far really enjoyed working with me and have been giving me more work, afterwards as well. So I guess that's an answer. But yeah, I just emailed a bunch of companies like, hey, I'm going freelance. Is there anything I could help you guys out with? This is my style. This is what I'm good at. And yeah, after 2 months, I got some replies. Because it takes a little while for people to find suitable projects as well, which is completely fine, of course. And then, yeah, I just started working with it, really. And yeah, I'll get back to you first. Let's see, Never Rager. So I usually start with SketchUp, because SketchUp is the first program I learned back in the day, and for me it's just easy, right? So I'm just the fastest program for me is SketchUp, so it makes sense to sketch in SketchUp, or I sometimes use 2D stuff. But yeah, I tend to start with SketchUp most of the time. Depends on the project, really. I mean, quite often it's a redesign job, so I will start in Modo with a polygonal mesh that the client provides, and then I get it into SketchUp, and then I work on it more. So that really brings us to the question that Forrest asked, is there's actually a good plugin to get OBJs into SketchUp, and the plugin is called Quad-Face Tools. Let me write that in chat. So you need Quad-Face Tools, and you need a library of assets and scripts called ttlib. It's just a collection of assets and scripts. And if you installed those basically also allow you to do sub D in SketchUp, but it also allows you to import OBJs, really. All right, let's see. So yeah, this first step of blocking everything out really is the most important step, because, you know, in the end it's all about having the right ratios and the right sizes of everything, and those combined make up most things, which means that, you know, if you have a cube that is the right size and you put it, you know, next to a bunch of other cubes that all have the right sizes, suddenly all those cubes may, you know, together form a spaceship, or let me just turn those theme for the pop-ups. But yeah, they together might form a spaceship, or you know, like an interior scene, and it's really like, it's a power of the human mind to be able to make something out of just something super simple like cubes. And other stuff. All right. So what I'm going to do first now is do some work on the outsides to use these wall elements. So I set these up to be modular, which means that if I change any one of them, all the others will update automatically. I mean, it sort of makes sense. But also the Warhammer 40k spaceships, for the people that don't know, they have a couple of different loadouts, so to speak. And these loadouts, they basically you know, divide up these 3 forward bays into either hangar bays or gunnery platforms or that sort of thing. So I'm gonna just turn them into gunnery bays, much like this. So here we have 8 cannons, but mine's just gonna be, I think I'll just do 4 per bay. That's nice. So there's a couple ways to actually start working. So one is just to work on the model here, but you could also actually, it might be interesting too, you can just pop it in here because it's the same instance everywhere, right? And just start working on it here. Now a similar workflow is possible anywhere, really. But I mean anywhere, I mean like any software. But SketchUp does it too, so yeah, I'm using SketchUp. Also, I'm not sure who Grave Remove Kebab is, but PUBG is awesome. I just started playing it this week. All right, yeah, someone else asked that question. Sorry, I didn't answer that. So I work from home. I mean, I've only been freelancing for 6 months, but all my clients allow me to work from home, which is quite nice actually, because as some of you might know, I had a bit of an issue this week where, because I live in Rome in Italy, and my flight to Rome on Sunday afternoon got cancelled, which usually is a shame, but then I booked another flight, you know, because I still need to go home. And that flight got cancelled too. Yay, my bad luck. So the thing is luckily the client that I was started working for on Monday, you know, was like, oh yeah, well, you know, he allowed me to work. He allowed me to work from home anyway, so I could just work in the Netherlands where I was stuck from a coffee, you know, place, and still get all the work done, and still make the client happy, because ultimately that's what you're after, right? You want to make the client happy, and that's the most important thing. So you know, that's the benefit of working from home, I guess, or being flexible as a client as well. So let's see. All right, Digi Game Boy. I've worked for Guerrilla Games on Horizon Zero Dawn. I've worked on Star Citizen with Foundry 42, and then I've worked for Atom Hawk and Real Time UK and a load of smaller companies that probably nobody has ever heard of, but that were equally fun to work on. I worked for some VR projects, for instance. VR is also quite fun, because it's a lot of persistent stuff, so it's really similar to working on Star Citizen, which is also lots of persistent stuff. Also, no, I don't speak Italian. And I haven't seen much of the flood, to be honest, but I'm going into the center tomorrow for the first time after I'm back. So yeah, we'll see. Alright, so I messed up here a little bit. I need to correct this, because I want everything to be modular, but then I didn't make the ends modular, so it's a bit stupid. That's okay. It isn't the easiest thing to talk and work at the same time. Although I am teaching, so I should be able to do it. Yeah, the snapping in SketchUp is really nice. It's one of the things I really love it for. So everything snaps all the time. And yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, everything snaps all the time. There we go. I'm not sure who Nice Crispy Bacon is, but I like it. Yeah, so for people who are interested, by the way, I'm actually teaching a course here in Rome in Italy, which is still open for applications. So what I'm teaching there is, it's a full-time course, so it lasts 1 year. You have to move to Rome if you want to follow it, or you have to fly in every week, but I wouldn't advise that. And I'll basically teach the skills that I picked up over the years. So I'll be showing you how to make props and vehicles and environments. Those are the focus points of the course. So it's 3 semesters, so that's how I divided it up. And it's gonna start next month, but you know, if you're really terrible with making decisions, it's okay to sign up a little late, I suppose. Please don't do it though, but you know. But yeah, it would be awesome if it would be pretty awesome if yeah, if more people were yeah, if you're interested, like that's an option. Yeah, needed that. Alright, so let's make a cannon. So turn, that really depends on, usually like it depends on what the client wants. But what I'm gonna do for this one is, yeah, I'll show you. What I'm gonna do for this one is it's gonna be 2D images in a combination with a video, and the video will just be a small turntable showing the whole thing. Let me just look it up, because I did one for another spaceship. That's what I'm looking for now. Oh, right, yeah. I remember where I put it. Yeah, so this is what it's gonna look like. So never wager. Obviously, because of NDAs, I cannot show most of what I do, right? So yeah, I mean the Horizon Zero Dawn stuff I can't post. All the other stuff as well, because it's fairly recent. I mean, I've only posted 3 images or 3 projects I made for Star Citizen. But obviously I've done a lot more than that. I've done, I think, at least 30, 40 good ones anyway. I mean, most of the things there are really, really polished. You know what, I'm gonna turn this one to another bay. Boom, 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 boom. So these guns are just giant towers with a with a small barrel. It's so weird, but it's kind of cool in a way. Yeah, it's warmer 40k. I'm a warmer 40k guy, so I thought, why not? I'm gonna make a warmer 40k ship. It's just to show off the set anyway, right? So I can do whatever I want. that's a good question, Kebab. Probably best Google that. I think there's some that are like 10 kilometers long or something. They're quite ridiculous. Yeah, never ate for Horizon Zero Dawn. I was a junior, so it was my first gig ever, right? So I was the lowest in the whole team of concept artists. I cannot claim any honors there, but you got to start somewhere. So I worked on building blocks and props, like most people that start out. Yeah, so this gun, funnily enough, it needs to rotate. Oh boy, you've got almost 70 people watching this live. The pressure. Oh. There you go. Yeah. That one's 5 kilometers, the battleship. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely not functional, this spaceship, at all. There is magical artificial gravity everywhere, and that's completely fine, because sometimes, you know, you don't need it to be functional. If I want to make a NASA spaceship, I'll make a NASA spaceship, but they won't be flying cathedrals, right? So. So basically what I'm doing right now is just making my own KitBash on top of what Max has been doing, and then I use Max's set, the one that I'm promoting through this stream, to dress everything up. Right? Yeah, so for 40k I used to play pretty much everything, but recently I started over and I started with Tau, and I now bought the new starter set with the Space Marines and the Nurgle, so they're really nice, really liking them. So with a little luck, before the end of the year, I'll be releasing a online, probably Gumroad course or another, maybe some other medium, but I'll be releasing a course on SketchUp on this program, because I've been using it for like 6 years now, professionally, for a variety of things, and it's a really powerful tool. You know, you can use it as an illustrator or concept artist so easily for so many different tasks. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that one. If you're interested anyway. If you're not interested, don't keep your eyes peeled. It's a waste of energy. Yeah, right. Okay. Any more questions? know what? Let's just. All right. So usually my workflow is that I treat every element the same in terms of level of detail. But since we only have a limited time for this stream, I think I'm just going to detail this, the part that I've been working on, the cannon part. Just get that up to more of a finished quality so you can see how I would use a kitbash like this one. And then probably do the cathedral on top as well. So most of these craft, they have a cathedral here at the rear. So yeah. Yeah, I work fast. It's what you need, right? All right, so now let's just finish blocking it out at least. Let's see. Yeah, so for 24 and 42, you can only export OBJ and FBX if you have the Pro version. Or you have to buy some ridiculously expensive plugin maybe. I don't know, could be. But, I mean, just buy Pro if you use it a lot. Why not, right? Support the people that make awesome software. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Anything at all. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay. Yeah, so that again goes into there. Oh, good question. I'd really love to work for a big feature film. That's my biggest wish at the moment. So with a feature film, I mean, you know, stuff like Weta or something. I would love to work for them. You know, maybe on something like new Avatar or something. You know, that would be really nice. In terms of games, I don't know really. I mean, a lot of games that I can work for are games that are not announced yet, because that's the games that people will hire me for. So I mean, I've been working on some upcoming IPs that nobody knows about, with Adam Hawk, for instance. And then that's just, you know, why they hire me. They hire me in the first stages of development. So I don't know. Star Citizen was fun though. Definitely was fun. Cool project, cool people. All right, so maybe these can be a hangar base. No. Getting there, getting there. Yeah, and then it needs some smaller guns as well. So probably knowing the franchise a bit, it would do it like Star Wars-esque things. So it would be more like, you know, small turrets like this. Thanks all for coming out, by the way. I really appreciate it. And I'm not alone here. Something like that. Nah. Too big. You know, the thing with scale is that it's about the it's about proportions, right? So if you make certain elements too big, then the whole thing might look too small again. It's really funny how it works sometimes. Let's see. Feet Snow. I don't mind it not being sci-fi or space. I've just finished a project that's more like modern stuff. You know, just like real life stuff, but you know, obviously make it interesting. And Horizon Zero Dawn wasn't really sci-fi, like in terms of what I did anyway, either. So I don't mind if it's, you know, maybe medieval oriented or something. But I don't like the, you know, the super fantasy stuff. Right, it's half an hour is gone. Autosaving. Autosave isn't too bad, to be honest. It saves your models. So let's see, Chris. Yeah, so usually, well, it really depends on what the client needs, right? So I just worked for another client, and he was perfectly fine with me just doing really rough blockouts that are nothing but cubes oriented in a good order. But if you want, like for a finished environment piece, for an interior piece, I usually take 3 days, depending on, you know, the amount of detail that the client wants and the level of finish. I think 3 days is a good amount to be able to do a lot of things. Have some time to polish and that sort of thing. And I don't know. I like all stages of the concept. I mean, both the polishing part and the early stages where you just 3D block out stuff. I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but yeah, I mean, sometimes you're not really feeling it, right? That could happen, but usually it's more about you not having a good day than it is about anything else. one of the most important things, just as a design principle, is that all mechanical things like joints and connections, they have multiple layers usually. So if you want to make it look more believable, then that's a good way or a good area to do it. All right. Well, the standard way I begin is with a brief, right? So the clients will come to me and they will be like, hey, this is what we had in mind, or this is what we need, or whatever. And then you start with analyzing all of that, seeing where you come in, yeah, what sort of changes you can make to the project. Brainstorming, it really depends on the project. But usually I start with gathering a lot of photo reference. And then, yeah, just work from there. I'm not just finding some rhythms that work. Let's see how they did it. I like this though, that's nice. Yeah, sometimes also for personal work you start with an idea. So my graduation project was entirely built around some ideas that some NASA people had a long time ago that I thought were really interesting and that I expanded upon really. So I just visualized their ideas as if they were a client, which also works really well. All right. We've got that, we've got that. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, one thing you want to try to avoid is to make it absolutely even everywhere. So now like these are all different sizes and this bit is longer than this bit. No problem, bro. Just for the people watching, he's actually my real life brother, so hence the bro calling. All right, let's start working on using the actual Kitbash now. So this wall piece here is really great. For these larger things, right? You can just scale it. Like the beauty about Kitbashing is that it doesn't really matter how you put it in, as long as you put it in, and then you can always tweak it afterwards. So I just want that one to fit there. Alright, and then I want to use this thing now. I so love that my SketchUp import also has all the groupings right. So I can just group all this stuff. If it's even, it's gonna get boring. So it's not gonna be interesting to look at. You know, with stairs, like it's best explained as you have to create a rhythm of patterns and shapes, and if it's even, it becomes a pattern, and if it's uneven, it becomes a shape. I'm not sure if you can get it into Octane. I mean, you do have Octane for SketchUp, but like I tried exporting something similar to this into Octane for Cinema, and it wouldn't let me because it's too big. However, I'll be using KeyShot for this, and KeyShot is perfect. KeyShot allows you to do whatever you want. I know that Max Berman, the guy who made, or well, directed the creation of this set, he had over 1 billion polygons in KeyShot, and that's a lot. So here you see you can just really easily, you know, because of the modularity, you can just dress this up, get all the detail in. But the beauty about this whole, you know, Kitbash is you can use them at different scales as well. So now this one could also be used here, right? And they won't read as the same because the scale is so different, especially if you just render it out with different materials or other things. Not really high poly, no. Like these are the polygons, which is good because you don't want them to be high poly because then it would be a pain in the ass. Because most programs, I mean, SketchUp handles the high poly really nicely, but most programs aren't made for this many polygons in one scene. Also, my apologies if you hear the city of Rome. It's a noisy city to live in. Alright, here we have some more walls. Let's use this one. I'm not trying to copy this. And it works, it just takes a little while. There we go. Because again, usually you don't work this high. I'll just save it out quickly, just in case. Any more questions? Just hit me up. I'm here for you guys. Probably gonna stream for another hour or so. Yeah, 2-hour stream seems nice. Also have to have dinner at some point. But yeah, here's some of the other work I do. So I also do a lot of Fusion 360 for the people that don't know. Fusion is used mainly for product design. So I did a small Gumroad. So this is like the trailer of the Gumroad. I basically go over how to design and model this stuff. I mean, it's a bit different, but still use SketchUp for the beginning, and then I just switch over to Fusion, where I model all of this detail. This is Fusion. It's really powerful. It's just not as fast, and it doesn't handle big stuff as well as SketchUp. So for this task, SketchUp is better. But yeah, it should be done saving now. Yes, okay. Shameless plugs while saving. Very good. No, you know what's funny? I was supposed to put it here, but now I really like this. So you see, you can just like, you can see how modularity really helps when you want to kitbash. Because you can just put this in here, and you'd be like, hey, that's nice. In a way, I mean, see, it's like this. Suddenly. Yep, I'll keep it. Adjust the guns a bit. So that's what they call happy accidents. Remove that gun. Put that gun there. Yep. I already know that exporting this is gonna be such a pain in the ass. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna work. It's just gonna take a while, like a long while. But you see, like I just modeled for an hour, and you can clearly see where it's going, right? So now I have a bit of overlap, so I need to remove the excess polys. Yeah, so I really like painting in my own textures. So I will get a nice render. I will get a nice render from Keyshot, and then I'll paint in my own texture, so it feels a little more painterly, and it really helps with the appeal as well. That's it. Now I just need to remove this one, because that's something that people really like to see, is to have a more painterly finish. And I mean, if it's design work for a client, usually they really don't care, you know, what the finish is, but you know, I can tease you one small image for instance. I've been doing an image for Nothing But Mac, which is coming out later this year. And this one was for a book illustration, right? So I wanted it to be a little more painterly. So the finish on this one is more hand painted than I did all of this more like, as you say, like classic 2D painting, although digital. On top of a SketchUp base though. So this was first on a SketchUp render, and then I finished painting it. And just spending endless hours on this. But yeah, I feel that for professional work, it's usually a waste of time, or it's not efficient enough. It's not really a waste of time, but yeah, it's just too inefficient. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy where this is going. At some point I need to break up the modularity so it doesn't become too repetitive, too much of a pattern. So what I would do is, for instance, I would just push this through here, and then suddenly you already start breaking up the pattern. So now this goes through there, this goes through there, and you create a lot more visual interest basically. But yeah, I think it's really, I mean, I do use 3D at this point, but all that I do, like all my work, it always requires a strong 2D base as well, and most of the stuff will end up being a 2D image. So I don't really, you know, consciously make a I don't really separate the two. I think that you need both to be a good concept artist. And you know, the more tools you know, the more tools you can use, and you know, some tools are better for something than other tools are, so. I'm slowly losing people. Is this not more interesting? No. Oh. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, let's maybe just detail the guns a bit. Get everything into a little more finish. So yeah, so I really want to push the scale on this one. Make it completely ridiculously big. Because I can. It's really the beauty of having a set like this, you know, with all these more complex models. SketchUp is not liking this. That's nice. Means I'm pushing it. So if I work for a games company, I only do the design, I don't even do the model. So, I mean, I model some stuff, but basically I don't make the final model that goes into the game. That's being taken care of by the environment artists. Oh boy, SketchUp starts getting laggy. Nice. Yeah, so let's just have a look at these turrets. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just the creative part, just the design part, and figuring out stuff. Although, I mean, I only make the beginning, right? So, if you have like an environment team, they will push whatever I do even further. So I'm not like the final responsible guy or anything. It's a team effort. It always is. Not just games, but all creative industries, I think, are the same in that regard anyway. Alright, so I'm quite happy with that part. The stop thing is as good as finished, I'd say. Or at least like how far I would push it to finish quality, because if you make it any bigger, it's just gonna be ridiculous. I might even remove these things. Yeah, I'm not sure about them. They're a bit much, maybe. A bit heavy on the detail as well. So I'll just remove them for now. always have them later if I need them. Yep. All right, let's continue with the bottom. So the bottom is largely the same. Just the other way around. Also known as inverted or upside down. Whoops. Any more questions? Almost ran out of things to say. Oh no. Just a thing, like if you're all by yourself and you're modeling, you almost forget you're streaming. Let's see, I've got one more thing to say though. Just for everyone that has been living under a rock. I'm part of the organization of one of the bigger art events in Europe. This one's called Playgrounds. So Playgrounds is an art festival in the Netherlands, in Eindhoven, in 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks, on the 5th and 6th of October, Thursday and Friday. We've got a pretty amazing lineup so far, and we're gonna announce a couple more things. So we've got Jesse van Dijk, senior art director at Bungie, is coming. Lowish is coming. Guerrilla Games will be there. The guy who sculpted the White Walker is gonna be there. Rex Crowley. I mean, there's a bunch of people. Bram Sells from Exodus is coming. Chris Rosehorn's gonna talk about all the movies he worked on. And one of my favorites as well is Anthony Christoph's coming. He art directed Wall-E and Finding Nemo. So that's really interesting. So yeah, if you haven't bought a ticket yet, I can definitely recommend this event. It's super cheap too. It's like 75 euros. So come and join us. Have some fun. I'll just continue modeling. Yeah, I know, Bacon, right? Clothes are pretty nice. I like to wear them. They're good. Honestly, I wear clothes almost always do. You know, you gotta dress for the job you want, right? So even when working from home. Sup, Steven? Welcome to the stream, boy. Yeah, I'm working on a spaceship. This thing. So, just to recap, like I started this thing like an hour ago. And basically I'm showcasing Max Berman's new Kitbash set. So these are some of the Gothic pieces that he has up for grabs. And I thought it might be fun to turn them into a spaceship. So you've got these awesome Warhammer 40k spaceships that are completely Gothic themed. And yeah, so I thought it might be nice to actually just make one of these with this building set, even though it's, you know, it's not really supposed to be for that, but whatever, I like it, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I blocked some stuff out, and usually I would just continue the blocking out all the way, but because of time constraints, I just pushed this bit up here to what I'm looking for as a final model, like a final mesh. And now I'm just continuing that downwards, so now I'm working on the bottom. So yeah, just carrying on. Yeah, so if you guys like with playgrounds, if you can't make it this year in October because it's a little, you know, last minute, there's gonna be another one in April in Amsterdam. So if you can't make it to this one, then come to the next one. We already confirmed some really exciting speakers for that one too, so keep your eyes peeled, as they say. So sorry I missed your stream yesterday though, Steven. I had to work. It was this client, he was like, hey, I need this right now. And I was just working until 1 a.m. That's the downside of freelancing, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I could have said no, of course, but yeah. Some people you don't say no to. Coming to THU as well, right, Steven? When are you flying out? Yeah, man, it's gonna be so good. Don't what? What did I miss? What did I miss? Mind you that the Twitch stream is actually 30 seconds behind on whatever I'm doing. Jan, what's up? What did I miss? Tell me. Ah. Sorry, dude. Also, Kata Rosser mentioned something about SketchUp not being pro. Like what the fuck, dude? SketchUp's awesome. Yeah, nice. I think this is going to be really awesome when it's finished. I mean, it's going to take a while, but should be nice. Should be nice. Stephen, how long did you stream yesterday? I honestly don't know how long we're supposed to stream this stuff. Oh shit, something went wrong here. Yeah, okay. Good. I'll just carry on for another 20 minutes or so then, and then I'm gonna have some dinner. So if you have any questions at all, guys, shoot me. I'm here now. Especially for you. Let's see if I can get this wall piece. No, not that one. This one. Yeah. Nice. So love this set. So nice. Oh. So Chris, do you think it actually you can import something as dense as this into Octane? Hey, Cornelius is here. What up, dude? Yeah, so I'm pretty confident this will get above 500 million. think it's auto saving. Yeah, it is. You know what? Let's just open KeyShot and do a quick test render as soon as this is finished. Yeah, we're back. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just auto-saving, don't worry. Don't you worry, people. Yeah, so for the latecomers, I'm modeling this spaceship thing, which I started like an hour and a half ago. Just showing the power of a kitbash when you use modularity and rhythm. So this is the kitbash that Max gave me. I'm turning off lines and stuff. Yeah, I'm basically trying to model one of these because I've been wanting to model one of these for ages, but now I'm, you know, with the kitbash shot, it's within my grasp. It's gonna look better than this one, I hope. Maybe this one. So yeah, let's just fix this small thing and then let's try to get it in KeyShot. Just see how much it is right now as it is, because it's going to be a lot more. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I think this is close to what this is. It needs more towers and stuff on top. I think there's statues even, much like the Roman churches. And big beacon, you know, and all this stuff here. Oh, really need to finish this. But yeah, for the sake of the stream, let's just see what it looks like when we put it in a renderer. Actually, let's save it up first, of course. Yes, I know it already exists. Cornelius, you still here? What are you? How's it going, man? How are you doing? It was so nice to see you again in London. We should really hang out some more, man. Alright, it's saved. Now let's delete all the stuff we don't need, because otherwise it's going to be even longer to export. Yeah, just to recap, like I'm going to be teaching a full-time course in Rome starting next month. So if you guys are interested, you can sign up for that on the website. I'll show that as well. Let's just turn it into English. Yeah, so here's my course that I'll be teaching at the ID Academy in Rome. School is located right next to the Trevi Fountain in the center of Rome, so it's really nice. Yeah, I'll just basically teach you prop design, vehicle design, and also how to make some environments. Basically all the skills that I learned over the years of working as a professional. Well, I'm happy to hear that did you Game Boy. I'll release it as soon as I have time to make it. Okay, so this is sort of the final thing after an hour and a half of modeling. I mean, I'm pretty happy for an hour and a half. We got a lot done, right? Obviously, still a lot left to do. But let's just hit that export button. Yeah, so I usually export as an FBX because FBXs allow me to change stuff around and it don't mess with like the geometry is better, but OBJs are quicker, so I'm just gonna try OBJ for now. It's gonna take a little while anyway. With all the geo. Let's hope it works. Let's hope it works. If it's gonna take too long, I'm just not gonna do it. I'll just post it later. Anyway, yeah, so teaching this course. I'm also gonna be teaching another course at the ICC Academy. This is only like a short online course, so teaching a lot. This will be focused on doing small robotic vehicle stuff. I'm going to make a orbital construction robot and showing you how to do that. That's more with like live feedback and stuff as well. So let's just post all the links here. So that's the ICC, it's the ID Academy. And the Playgrounds Festival. Plug all that shit. Yeah. Right. This is gonna take a while, I think. Alright, let's hear it in chat. Do you guys want to wait for this? All right. Mr. Sneaky Joshua. First thing he said all stream. Cool. Let's wait for this then. All right. Welcome to the stream, man. Glad you could make it. I know it's lunchtime over there. I'll just open another project. In the meantime, just so we got something to watch. So yeah, just for the guys who just got here, I'm now exporting the stuff I did with the new awesome kit badge that Max made for us. Well, Max directed for us, because Joshua is one of the guys who worked on this one. I think you did all of this set, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Lovely, lovely key shot. I haven't seen the stuff yet, so I still need to like look up what happened. I was so terribly busy with work. You know, when you get some last minute clients, you just have to do your thing, bite the bullet, just go for it. So this was another spaceship I did. This is more, no, I didn't follow it. I'm a space enthusiast, but sometimes a noob. This really started out as a system where you have 4 torpedoes on a railgun. Let me just let this render for a bit. And then the railgun basically, well, obviously it shoots those 4 torpedoes outwards, right? So I had 2 of those, and then a reloading system. So every torpedo on this end has a magazine, basically, including a small system that will get the torpedoes to where they need to go, using a small lift and pulley system. So here you can see one of them in the back that's loaded. It's about to go in, and then I just added spaceship at the rear. But yeah, that's often how I start. It's just really functional designs, and then I made a spaceship out of it. But that's good. It's good fun. And then here are some floating drones. God, this is gonna take forever. So for this one, it was really all about function of the individual components, more so than shape initially. So I started with the function on this front end, but then all the rest is more like, you know, I thought of cool shapes, and then I thought of how I could justify those shapes. So for instance, I really like these spheres here, and then they could be fuel tanks, and then they needed to be cooled, so they could have these cooling fins at the rear as well. I thought that could be cool. And then these things, I really like the shape of these, so I just added them, and they're like the base of these drones. You know, because there's a lot of ways on how you can approach this, and I use a lot of ways on how I design. So it's not always form follows function or the other way around. It's more like both at the same time. Yeah. So for everyone that's late, we're waiting on a export of the spaceship that I modeled with the KitBash set, and it's gonna take a while because I'm gonna have like over 400 million polygons probably. So hence I'm looking at other projects that I did, like this one. But yeah, one of the projects that I'm really happy with, that I'm really proud of, and that I'm gonna do a lot more with is the project that I did for this book called Nothing But Mech. And I'll open that file for you guys. Which I also did in SketchUp. There you go. Right. So this is a little teaser sneak peek because I love you guys and you came to my stream. Not this one. Yeah, so these are a couple of battle robots that I made. It's sort of like, you know, like the Japanese battle robots, but more in the style that I like. So I'm a big fan of the sort of, you know, Comanche helicopter, stealth, matte black, that sort of thing. So I came up with these guys. And I started modeling them like even more detailed in Fusion 360 as well. So here's two different loadouts. So this one is more like a sniper guy, and this guy has like a SMG on his left hand and then a sword on his right hand. And they're standing in a small in a small hangar bay. No, I modeled it in a pose. I mean, you can pose it, but not really. So what you could do is, right, you can just like rotate it like that, you know. And again, I'll be showing you how to do this in my SketchUp Gumroad course that's going to come later this year, probably at the end of the year around Christmas. Just how to quickly make something like this. The design itself took a while, took a lot of iterations, but the modeling part is not it's not super hard to do actually. But yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out. You know, little guy sits inside like there, and this is all robot head. Sniper gun. How far are we on the export? Alright, this is gonna take another half hour, I think, like this. Just exporting it. Alright, do you guys want to wait? Because, I mean, I could probably just post the render as well somewhere, right? Just a test render. I'm gonna finish it anyway. Just let me know in chat what you guys want. Yeah, I still haven't eaten and it's like 8:45 in the evening right now. Right, you know what? I think I'm just gonna call it quits. I'll just post a render, you know, on the through Max's channels and through Learn Squared of the final thing, and mine's probably gonna get yeah, no, I already have food, but it's probably gonna get shared around anyway. So thank you guys all for coming. Sorry this export takes so long, but yeah, it's pretty dense. I'll just stop it right here because it doesn't make any sense. But I'll just show you quickly like what I did, just to recap. So this is why it's taking so long. It's detailed as fuck. Anyway, I started modeling this Warhammer 40k spaceship with the awesome Gothic set that Max gave us. Yeah, so these are some of the parts. I already deleted them. But yeah, so this is how you can use it in a really smart fashion. Thank you so much, Learn Squared, for having me. Thank you so much, Max Berman, for inviting me for this festival. And I'm definitely going to finish this at a later point after THU. And yeah, like if you don't see the image popping up in a couple weeks, just poke me on Facebook. Yeah, thanks all for coming. You guys are awesome. All right. See you next time.